to That's How You Feel podcast. We have a very special guest this week. He's from the Ville, Beto. He's from the Ville. He's a Porterville native, four-time All-Tulare County first team, two-time Fresno Bee Swimmer of the Year. The man's a fish, I'm telling you. Former USC Trojan, graduated this past year where he swam for all 4 years. We welcome my guy, Kyle Grissom. What's good, my boy?
Hey, how we doing? How we doing?
Bro, by the way, people, this is my guy. Like, we're actually boys outside of all this shit. We go back like two flies with a Cadillac. You feel me?
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Good to see you, bro. Hope all's well. Thank you for joining the show.
Of course. Thanks for having me. That's How You Feel family. I'm hyped to be here.
Yes, sir. Hey, why we get things started, I got to know the cricket tattoo. You got it behind the ear, right?
Yeah.
Explain that to the people. Because at first I'm like, why the fuck this guy get a cricket tattoo out of everything?
That's fair.
This guy's dripped out and he wants to get a cricket tattoo. Please explain it.
Tattoo is a cricket. I got the cricket because my mom's name is Cricket. And it wasn't until like my first year of school, going away at 17, that I was away from her for an extended period of time. And like during that extended period of time, I kind of, was by myself and I was thinking, I was like, man, like my mom, is the sole reason like I'm here. Like, of course, like I've done my swimming, I've earned that right. But like in terms of like keeping my head on straight, keeping me focused, like getting me here, like she is solely responsible for that. And it started worry, and I was like, man, like what am I gonna do? Like I would be lost without her. And like I was just terrified of losing her. And I was like, you know what? Like instead of just feeling just so sick and upset about like, potentially losing her, because ultimately that is gonna happen one day, I need to realize like I've just been so incredibly lucky to have her. So I felt like she was my lucky cricket. And initially, so when I had the lucky cricket idea, I was like, all right, hell yeah. I'm going to put this on my starting foot. So that's the last thing I see when I go off the blocks. And I was like, well, like I like that, but I was like, I don't know. And then that's when I started to think, I was like, well, my mom has always been in my ear and on my ass. And I knew that me getting it behind my ear would probably mean far more to her than me getting it on my ass.
Right.
So
dope, bro.
That is the reason for the cricket tattoo, and that's the reason for where the cricket tattoo is.
Well, shout out moms one time.
Shout out moms. All right,
that shit was bold, brother.
yeah, it was kind of bold, but I knew once I had decided like the meaning behind it and exactly where I wanted to put on my body, I was like, I'm 100% about this. Like, let's get it done.
How does she feel about that?
I broke the news to her via Instagram. So when I got it done. I had the photo taken. I posted it, and I wrote like obviously some nice words, nice things, like basically nice things to say. Kind of broke it to her, and I posted it. Some time goes by. I'm getting a bunch of texts from everybody like, "Oh my God, that's so sweet!" Like blah blah. And they're like, "What's your mom think?" And I was like, honestly, she hasn't hit me up yet. I don't know. Like, I don't know if she's seen it. It's been like hour and a half now. We're going on 2 hours. I'm like, damn, I don't really know. One of my close family friends, she called me and she was like, this is like one of the most sweetest things I've ever seen. She's like, what'd your mom think? And I was like, I have no idea. I was like, but by now she's either on her way to LA to cut this off my body, or she's cool with it, but I still don't know. And I got off the phone with her maybe 5 minutes later. I get a text from my mom. She was like, on my way. And then she called me and she was like, nah, I'm just kidding. She was like, it's great. Like, I love it. I love you. And it was great.
That's cool. Hey, that's low key like J.R. Smith when you got Young Money on the neck.
What happened with that?
I'm just saying, you got Young Money.
Yeah.
It's bold. It's good, you know what I mean? It was in the moment.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good validation. But you talked a little bit about your mom. What does family mean to you?
Family definitely means obviously the world to me. In the words of Aubrey Graham, keep the family close. Being an only child and coming from a single parent, it was, I guess our family's been kind of small. But mom's always driven just the importance of like keeping those who are really going to be in your corner and going to keep you on the beaten path and going to keep you just like headed in the direction you want. Like you can't find people like that. You can't just find people like that. So you need to keep those who are important to you close, and she just always stressed the importance of family.
Love that, man. Love that. So let's get right into it. So living in the area where I basically didn't even know there was people that swam in the city, how did you get into swimming?
Coincidentally, the real estate agent that sold my mom our house when we moved to Porterville was the summer league director of Porterville Neptunites. And I was 4 years old at the time. And obviously, you know, super young kid. He was like, hey, told my mom, like, hey, I see your son is obviously very energetic, very rambunctious. If, you know, give him something to do, you should throw him. Oh, it was a little bit late. And I was 4. And I think 5 and 6 is the cutoff. He's always a little bit late this year. But, you know, next season, if he's still, you know, he's still moving and grooving, then you should throw him in swimming just to give him something to do. So sure enough, next season rolls around. 5 years old, signs me up for summer league. Couldn't get me out of the water after that.
What other sports did you grow up playing?
I played basketball, like C League, NJB, and flag football. My mom wouldn't let me play tackle because she didn't want me getting beat up. I told her, I was like, Mom, I got these hands. Like, these are a gift right here. I kept harping on her. Like, Mom, just let me play tackle. Let me play tackle. I was wearing her down a little bit. Finally see, like, signups come around. I'm like, all right, Mom, like, let's get it. I think it was a few weeks beforehand, an older kid in my neighborhood, Trevor Kroll, actually broke his neck playing football. And she was like, don't ever ask me to play tackle football again.
There goes your dreams, bro.
And that was the league dreams that I had to wave goodbye. That was that.
What position would you have played, though?
No, receiver. Come on.
Backs?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
What we're looking like at the game? Like we're putting up numbers. Or
We're putting up numbers. Easily 100 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns minimum.
A game.
Easy.
Hey, come Thanksgiving, we'll have to get a little turkey football game.
Hey, we'll add you to the roster, bro. We got one like every year. We'll hit you up.
Oh, yeah.
So who did you look up to growing up? Was it a swimmer? Was it somebody outside of – let's talk about pro athlete or even somebody in your family. Who did you look up to?
I think immediate vicinity, someone who I really idolized would probably be like my coaches, summer league coaches, whether it was swimming. Usually it was more swimming oriented, but those that could kind of just like steer me in the right direction. Those who were like motivating me and like, hey, like you have this talent, but I think if you really kind of like believe in yourself, like if they really like you start to really trust in your abilities, then you can go far. I think I always kind of leaned on having a coach, and I must say it definitely worked out for me. But I think usually my coaches were always the go-tos, always my idols, I think.
Anybody off the court? Anybody off out of the water maybe, or somebody like a pro athlete that you looked up to?
Kobe Bryant, always. Mamba, may he rest in peace. Watching him from a young age, I was like, he is, you know, that was growing up. That was my Jordan. So he just always like, I could just emulate his game. Like, man, this man is ruthless, but this man is masterful. He's poetic. He's just Mamba, man. That was definitely someone I idolized.
Just different, bro. Different. So when did you know like you were a damn fish? When did you know like nobody could touch you in the water?
I knew I was like a fish or someone who just like felt more natural in the water. Was definitely like at a young age. I know when summer league practices, there would usually be 2 1-hour sessions, and I would try to convince my mom to like take me to the first one. And by the time the first one would be over, I would just kind of like stay in the water and not get out and try to duck into the next one so I could just stay there for 2 hours and just like she let me. She would be in 100-degree weather for 2 hours while I was just going back and forth in the pool. But you know, she knew that it made me the happiest, so she was willing.
Is there a nickname for somebody that's nasty at swimming? Like, you know, basketball players they're hoopers. You know what I mean? Like, is there like a nickname for people that are good at swimming?
Sharks?
Is it a fish? I don't know. I would just think fish. Like guppy? No.
A guppy usually referred to like a very, very young child who's learning how to swim, okay. But I don't think they're like
that guy sharking it, bro. That guy's crazy, bro.
You know what? I don't think there's quite a good
that boy got fins? Nothing?
That got fins?
maybe he got some jets, but
bro, we need to do swimming commentating. I think we're the boy to do that.
You definitely do. Expand.
Yes, sir. What style of swimming do you do?
Sprint, definitely short distances. Younger years were definitely a big fan of butterfly. Still a big fan of butterfly freestyle, but nothing above a 200. Nothing above 200.
You're basically speaking Spanish right now. I'm just asking the question for the. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Fast for short distance.
Okay.
That's the name of the game.
So there's a butterfly, there's short distance, long distance. Break them down. Like obviously it's kind of like track and field a little bit.
So yes, very much so like track and field. So we have strokes or different events. So that'd be butterfly, freestyle, breaststroke, and backstroke, as well as individual medley, which is a combination of all four of those. And then in terms of distances, there's sprint, mid distance, long distance. So that's a little bit more of like, I guess, like the swimming breakdown. There's also even maybe a fifth, sixth stroke, and that'd be the underwater kicks. You got to have some underwaters if you want to compete.
I know you turned Beto on with some of those names right there. Breaststroke. Beto's killer, bro. Like hot dog. Talk about your high school sprints a little bit. Went to Porterville High School, our rivals. Or you went to Granite, I went to Monache, but I guess both of our rivals. How was your high school experience?
Yeah, we're going to the Porterville High School as opposed to those other schools in town. No, but Porterville was a good time. Initially, or maybe speaking to like athletics experience, when I first got to school, granted I had put, didn't get to do tackle football, so that had already kissed that goodbye a long time ago. Basketball said that goodbye in middle school. So then it was pretty much just swimming. So first semester of high school, or first quarter, whatever that'd be, first few months didn't have sport. To come spring, obviously went out for the swim team, and a Coach Hyder, who now him and I are on great terms, best of buds. But initially we did not see eye to eye because I was already doing like year-round swimming, and doing year-round swimming out of Tulare, 5 nights a week on top of, going to school, and then now trying to do high school swim practice. There just weren't enough hours in the day. Just to try and get like all my homework done, like make sure I was still like grinding at practice over in Tulare. So initially we tried to work out this thing where I would come, maybe a couple times a week, and either, practice for a little bit, then get out early. But he wasn't necessarily feeling that because he's like, well, why should you get special treatment if you want to be a part of the team, which is entirely fair. And I was like, I get what you're saying, but
But I'm still that guy, though. Yeah.
But if it boils down to it, then I'm going to have to forego high school swimming because high school swimming is not going to get me to where I want to go, but year-round swimming is. So I kind of like it was just that's kind of where we were at. It took like a sit there. I remember one time after practice, it was me, him, my mom, and another parent who was advocating on my behalf. Was like, look, like, y'all got to work something out so he can swim for you and everything can be copacetic. Like, you guys got to come to some type of conclusion to where y'all can work this out because there's no reason not to. And thankfully we were. And after my freshman year, it was smooth sailing. Sophomore, junior, senior, we, like I said, best friends. And we still keep in contact to this day, which I'm very appreciative of. He's still, like I said, a mentor to me. And that's how I view a lot of my coaches I've had.
Nice. Hey, talk about your recruiting process. How was that?
Recruiting process was pretty fun. I think initially, or I always kind of wanted, I guess coming out of Porterville, definitely like a smaller talent pool. I was, I guess, technically like a big fish, but I didn't want that necessarily in college. I wanted to be, I guess, like smaller fish in a bigger pond because I knew that's how I was, I guess, going to at least advance or maybe develop a little more. So I guess I had my heart set on going to like an upper Division I school. So I'd say like a beginning of my process, kind of had probably like D2s, D3s, and I had to politely be like, I'm trying to just do a little bit more than that. As I think I progressed more towards like junior and then senior year, like a couple more Division I schools started to pour in. I know a lot of local schools, like SB or UCSB, UOP, some not local actually, like Duke University, Louisville. They even reached out. I got to visit those campuses and they're very nice, but it was just, I think I knew I kind of wanted to stay in California, especially with, my mom at home. I didn't necessarily want to be across the country because if, push comes to shove or an emergency situation, I didn't want to have to be, a 5-6 hour flight away. But anyway, back to the recruiting process. I think probably towards summer, maybe going into my senior year, that's when I got kind of in talks with USC. And Yeah, fight on, baby.
But why USC? You talked a little bit. You didn't want to go too far out of the country just in case something happened with your family. But what about the school did you like?
SC's SC, baby.
He Bethel said it himself. SC is SC. There was always this summer meet, LA Invite. It was a pretty big summer meet, so there would obviously be like a lot of talent, a lot of honestly sometimes international talent as well. Like it was a pretty big invitational. So I would go to that meet, like every summer with my club team, and I just fell in love with the campus then. Fell in love with the pool, and I was just like, man, this would be crazy to come here for school. Like I would absolutely love that. And then my coach, Phil Black, he's the one who coached me year round. He's the one who definitely got me into SC, and on the basically in front of the coach's eyes. He was like, hey, you need to talk to Salo. You need to talk to the coaches over here. You need to put yourself on the radar. He's like, you're swimming, like that'll speak for itself, but you need to kind of tell them like, hey, you're very much so interested. Like these are your grades, these are your times. Like you want to make it work if they can make it work. I think it's something about like you say you're driving to LA, you're driving through the 405, you finally like you turn, you get across that corner, you see the city, you're already just kind of like, oh man,
yeah.
Keep driving a little bit, you see Convention Center, you see Staples, you're like, damn, LA Live, like how crazy. And it's just not but like 2 more minutes is when you finally run into SC and you're like, I'm in the heart of Los Angeles. And like, I can't quite explain it, but it captivates you. It sinks its teeth in. It's got you like once after going to all those meets in the summer and then, going on my recruiting trip, I was.
And I think even growing up, we grew up, it's kind of our dream to, live in LA. I think everybody has that dream of, moving out to LA, living their dreams out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I could definitely see what you're saying. Did it feel surreal at all to be a Trojan?
Oh yeah. All the
time?
Damn near all the time. Damn near all the time. And especially like when you're traveling for me, it's like you're traveling with traveling with the team, you're all decked out in your SC, your polo, your suitcase, etc. You're just like, man, like it is really an honor to bear this symbol. It's a feeling like no other.
What about traveling the country to do what you love, bro? Like that's got to be the best feeling in the world.
Absolutely. Traveling the country to do what I love was incredible, especially for not only those 4 years, but before that. Like it took a lot of big meets are all over the nation. So, you've got to go to these big meets to kind of get on these colleges' radar. So it allowed me to travel before college, and then once in college, it was great. Like we did a lot of team travel, which is awesome. We got to check out a bunch of cool places, a bunch of historic places. Like I would have probably never, ever gone to Minnesota for any reason, but we had NC2As there one year, and I got to see snowfall for the first time, and that was great. So no, it definitely just opened up more doors that I probably wouldn't have had otherwise.
Where's some of your favorite cities you've been to? Like low key cities that you never thought would be like dope, but they end up turning out to be one of your favorites.
Austin's very sick.
Austin, yeah, I've been to Austin too.
Yeah, like that Minnesota, even though it was pretty cold. It was like I just had honestly never been that far east. So I was like, damn, it's pretty tight. North Carolina, Georgia, that was very sick. Got to swim in the Georgia Tech pool my freshman year again for NCs. That was just, and them having like competing in the pool where they hosted the Olympics in '84. I was like, man, this is just like rich. This is so sweet.
One thing that I'm personally big on that I want to know more about, you're obviously always talking about student athletes. How's your routine?
I would say the routine, it is very demanding just because you almost have your days set up for you. Like you're like, all right, you're going to have weights. I mean, freshman year, I think we had weights at 5:15 or something like that. So it's like, all right, you got weights at 5:15. Breakfast opens at 7. So we would have weights, I think, from 5:15 to about 6:15. We'd swim from 6:15 to about 7:15 or so. Breakfast immediately after. Depending on what time you had class or not, you could either jet straight to class. If you had time, maybe try and squeeze in a nap before the actual day started. If not, you were probably in class for at least 2 or 4 hours. You might get some downtime before another 2-hour practice. Depending or not if you had evening or night class, then you were back in class. And then, it's like 6 or 7 o'clock rolls around. You're like, all right, time for dinner and a lot of homework. And then, of course, trying to get to bed at a decent hour so you can do it all over again. and then be ready to go come Saturday and swim fast.
Do you miss it?
Absolutely. As hard as it was, I would trade, the real world to be back in college any day.
Bro, tell me about
any day. This real world.
I have to wake up early, go to work, then go to class, and do this, and do that. I'll do it all over again.
100%. 100%.
And what's some of your most memorable moments in your collegiate career?
In terms of athletics, it would probably have to be my freshman year. We had a pretty intense dual meet second semester, so championship season against it was a doubleheader. We had Cal and Stanford, and this was 2016, so it was Olympic year. We had a lot of our big dogs redshirting, but Cal did not. So it was going to be a tough shape up, but our coach was just like, look, if you guys are for real, if you want to win, you're gonna show up, you're gonna step up. He pretty much just cut it to us like that, and we were neck and neck all dual meet. I remember having putting together a couple good races. I'm in the warm down pool, not expecting to swim the last, very, very, very last event. And he's like, hey, you're going to be anchoring the relay. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right. Well, all right. All right, let's get it. So I had to quickly wrap my head around that, anchored the relay, and we ended up winning by a couple hundredths of a second and therefore won the dual meet. That was probably the most remarkable athletic achievement in terms of college. But outside of athletics, too many memorable occasions to count. I mean,
let's talk about it.
Well, those might get me in trouble, but no, those.
And no rated R. Let's keep it PG-13. Let's go there.
Yeah, no rated. Yeah, let's definitely.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
I would have to say one of the most memorable experiences I'll have was my stint in the swim house on Menlo Avenue. Was lucky enough to live there for 3 years, and it was an absolute blast for all three. Living with 7 other dudes on the team and having
an absolute movie every weekend.
It was an absolute movie every weekend. Sometimes the weekend extended from Thursday to Sunday, so it was a long weekend, but it was a good time for sure.
No, I was fortunate enough to go visit a couple times, and it was definitely a blast. Definitely a blast. Always showing love. Appreciate that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Talk about your experience in Olympic trials. What is the Olympic trials? Give the people a little knowledge on that, and then talk about your experience. How was the competition? All that.
Okay, so Olympic trials is where first you have to qualify for Olympic trials, but once you're at the Olympic trials, that is where essentially any swimmer who has the hopes of becoming an Olympian competes. That is the one and only opportunity to make the Olympic team. And you have to place top 2 in any stroke event and top 6 in the 100 and 200 freestyle for relay purposes. Mm-hmm. So that alone, it just kind of creates for a very, very big stage. Trials was definitely probably one of the greatest swimming experiences that it could arguably one of the single-handedly be the greatest experience that I had swimming. It was solely because the magnitude of the event. Having I think it was 10,000 fans, swim fans. So I mean, growing up in Porterville, we got dual meets. We got people timing and maybe parents in the stands. That's it. That's it. Grandma, we ain't got nobody. And even college dual meets, depending on what day it was, usually we might have some fans, but it's probably pretty sparse. But a trials was just, I was like, holy shit, this is huge. This is huge. Everyone here, no swimming. Everyone here is already kind of on edge because they're trying to show out. It was insane. It was like no other. It was almost like a basketball game or a football game where you got people.
WrestleMania. What do you mean? It sounds like WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, low key. It was insane. It was insane.
Talk a little bit about where do you think the sport of swimming is today? Obviously it's increased the last Olympics. Who's the LeBron James of swimming? Talk to us about. And then Michael Phelps. In my house, people know who he is.
Yeah.
So where's the sport of swimming today?
I think the sport of swimming is definitely evolving. I would say the LeBron James or the GOAT right now would definitely have to be Caleb Dressel. He's putting up numbers that people just can't necessarily touch. He's done things short course that I don't think people are going to touch. But I think swimming is definitely progressing. They actually came out with an international swim league, which is kind of in efforts to get professional swimmers a little bit more like recognition, a little bit more like, honestly, a little more income. Because for the most part, like, swimming is not quite like big enough to, captivate like a mainstream audience, but they are on their way. This is now the second season of the ISL. I think they just kicked off like their first meet last weekend, perhaps. And like I said, in terms of developing, like kids are getting faster, younger now. Like times that used to maybe like now you're seeing in a like national like final, maybe the average age like a few years back might be like 22, 23. Now it's like 19, 18, 19. Like kids are just like, they're just getting faster, quicker.
It's more exposure at younger age. Is that what it is?
I think it's that drive to kind of chase the top. I think they're like swimming it allows you to be fast at a young age. So like someone at Olympic trials, might be, top seed or whatever. They might be 25 years old, have gone through college, but there could be a 16-year-old phenom who can make the final and damn well make the team. So it's just kind of like, if it doesn't like age doesn't really matter. Like if you got it, you got it. You can get it done. So I think that kind of levels the playing field for everyone. And it just makes for definitely some intense competition. But yeah, I definitely think swimming is going to progress. I hope that the ISL can keep it up. I was bummed. I was devastated that we didn't get the Olympics this past summer, because I think that probably could have helped everyone maybe get like a rational sense of patriotism, if that's the correct word. Yeah. Or, like I think it could have kind of maybe grounded people's like beliefs or views, or it maybe could have gave everyone it's like that the year when Michael Phelps was dominating. I think swimming was at his highest. I mean, the things he was doing, all the gold medals, he was breaking all these records and stuff. Everybody knew who Michael Phelps was.
Everybody in my house, my dad, old school Mexican guy, he knew who Michael Phelps was.
And needs that superstar. That's what it takes. That's huge.
Yeah, I think the Olympics should obviously, like, the Olympics just kind of bring everyone together. Like, it brings like that national like sense of pride. Like everyone's like, oh, hell, like even if you don't like, maybe you're not like a big swimming fan, but if you're seeing Michael Phelps winning a gold medal, you're like, hell yeah, USA! Like you're pumped. Like you're stoked. And yeah, like it kind of, I don't know. I think it brings people together in a way that, I don't know, other things can't.
Right.
So you mentioned a little bit earlier about living at that swim house. But the one thing I noticed when I went there is your guys' brotherhood, man. Like, you guys really love each other. You guys fucking like are brothers. Talk about how important that is to you and how much that means to you.
I mean, to this day, I still talk regularly with almost especially everyone in my class, classes above me, even classes below me.
Bro, and what I loved about it was like, you would think, oh, these guys are, some of the top dogs in the nation, competing at the highest level. They're going to be dickheads. You know what I mean? They're going to be, no, bro, it was all love from the get-go.
Yeah. I think
that was dope.
That was probably definitely like, I guess, like a SoCal thing. There's definitely some programs you go to, they might have like some attitude or some complex issues, but I think everyone ultimately was there to obviously better themselves, academically, athletically, but to also just have a damn good time. Also just make people feel welcome and like, like we're in a very unique situation. So like, let's make the most of it. Like, my personal experience, everyone who's passed through the program has been a very, very upright person and someone who is really just there, not only for themselves, but for the betterment of everybody.
And those 4 years flew by, bro. They had to, man.
Too fast.
Hey, so obviously those 4 years flew by very fast. Graduating, big milestone. How was that? Was that a big achievement in your book?
Most definitely. My mother never made it an option not to graduate from college, so I knew I was going to graduate from college. But when the day finally came, it was absolutely surreal. I was like, man, it's over. Like this is it. I guess it is a wrap. It was a flood of different types of emotions. But of course, I was beaming with pride. Not only to have met the curriculum criteria the criteria for academics, but also, going through my 4 years, like finishing out my 4 years as a part of the varsity swim team. Like, it was just like, man, like this is a memory. This is something I'll carry with me, like, now wherever I go. And now I'm Trojan alumni, so that speaks volumes as well. I think. Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm still definitely proud. Like I said, still miss it each and every day. But no, graduating from SC was something I guess I could have never really dreamed about.
Did anybody dope speak of your graduation? I know like Will Ferrell has before. Yeah. Anybody cool?
Damn, that's gonna be shame on me because we did have
somebody.
We had someone fantastic speak, and their name escapes me, but they were great.
Also, you probably had a bottle under your fucking your little gown. That's why you didn't remember it.
To be entirely honest, I was so hungover at graduation.
I feel it.
I was so like our athlete graduation was the day before, and I was hungover at that one too.
You went the hangover back to back.
Back to back. Like,
oh,
really?
Dude, it was brutal. It was low key brutal. All that celebrating, it wears you down. It wears you down.
Gotta go hard though for the last time. Fuck.
And we definitely went hard for the last time.
Yeah, man, that's dope stories, bro. But let's you're a big sports guy, so let's talk some sports. Niner guy, right?
All right. Yes, sir. Faithful.
How you feeling about your Niners?
See, I've kind of been in turmoil since Kobe died January 26th.
Yeah.
The following Sunday, the Niners lost the Super Bowl. So really, like my pandemic, like
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no, it's been dog shit for a minute now. So I must say I'm still recovering from the Super Bowl loss. To then, open up with a loss to the Cardinals made us, opening game we're 0-2. That hurts. And then to be just disassembled in our second game with just injuries left and right. I mean, we're still we're sitting at 3-3 right now.
You guys played well this past week, though.
We did. We showed the Rams what's up. If we can stay healthy, I'm not worried. If we can get a little bit more out of Jimmy G, that would also be great.
Let's talk about that. How do you feel about Jimmy G?
Is the truth or what?
I like him. I would like to.
That he pulls porn stars. Or you like the way he plays quarterback? Let's talk about it.
Hey, I salute that. I salute. No, I would like to love him, but I just he needs that little extra when the game's on the line. I need him to just buckle down and show me something. He's just kind of maybe throwing a pass 3 yards behind George Kittle's dog, you have the best tight end in the game. You can almost just fling it to him and he's gonna get the damn thing. But
throw in the vicinity. Someone
just throw the damn. Don't be oh damn, and then take the sack or attempt to scramble, get your ass sacked. It's like, Jimmy, come on, player. I just need a little bit more.
That division is going to be competitive this year, though.
That division. Hey, you see what Kyler Murray did last night to the Cowboys?
That's cap, bro. That's all cap.
Kyler Murray's cap?
Cap, bro. I mean, and then Kenyon Drake went off. That's going to be his only game.
He's cap.
The Cowboys.
Kyler Murray is not cap. I'm sorry. He's the truth.
Christian Kirk went off. He'll never have a game like that again. It's the Cardinals are cap.
Hey,
bro.
why does he say that? Because he lost to the Cowboys.
Because Andy Dalton fucking dog shit. That's why. Oh my God, it's miserable.
Andy Dalton looks really a turkey bowl. But no, I mean, I think the Niners are going to be fine. You know what I mean? Just got to recover. I think we got to see a little bit more from Jimmy G though, for real.
For sure.
So you mentioned before, big Laker fan. How did it feel after 10 years? We're right there with you, bro, winning that championship.
It felt.
How old were you? How old were you the last championship? Because we tend to forget 13. That we were in high school.
Yeah,
we were seniors in high school the last time this happened.
I would have been 13. I think 12, 13. Yeah, 22 now. So yeah, I think 12. Must have been 12 years old. No, it felt. I was probably, to be entirely honest, I was definitely more hyped in 2010. Just to be fair.
Yeah.
I am a diehard Mamba fan. So seeing LeBron in the Laker jersey is it's.
No, I feel you.
It's. I like it, but it is kind of weird.
There's a lot of Laker fans like that right now. You know what I mean? They can't get over that hump, even though.
Rivalry.
But I'm
straight up.
Yeah, bro. It's always that secret rivalry between them, just because who the fuck's better? Is it LeBron? Is it Kobe? It was always that debate. So I could definitely see that.
it's so deep rooted. Like I remember in middle school, probably before middle school, being like grade school, I had the Kobe poster in my room. I had the LeBron poster too because I was like, oh, these are my dogs. Like these are the best in the game right now. And then someone said like, oh, LeBron's better than Kobe. I was like, what the hell?
Wait, hold on.
I was like, I think that day I probably took the LeBron poster down. I was like, I can't even have this now. Like you ruined this for me. Thank you for that. And then ever since then, I
remember Nike Outlet when it first opened here in Tulare, and I got the first LeBrons. You remember they were signing there? And I was wearing my Kobe jersey with it. Like, oh, you're wearing a LeBron jersey. Hey,
that just doesn't take much to fucking know that's an L, bro. That's something you just
I'm a Lakers fan, but I fucked with LeBron.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, no, facts. You know what
I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't wear Jordans?
Oh yeah, not my Kobe jersey
Don't
though.
hate the drip now. Stop.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I remember somebody talking about the same thing, like, oh, you're a LeBron fan. No, I'm a Laker. Kobe's my guy. But I like LeBron. Like, he's coming up. He's nice.
Yeah.
Nah, he's better. Oh,
Yeah.
I tossed him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I had to.
But I think we were just in the dirt for so fucking long, bro, that I was just appreciative for him, the best player in the world, to join our squad and help us get back into that mix, man. So yeah, I definitely know what you mean because I was riding that train with you, bro.
Yeah. No, but I'm not a LeBron hater. I am not a LeBron hater. I just dislike when everybody be like, "Oh, he's better than Kobe." It's like, come on, Doug. I don't think you quite have LeBron James without Kobe Bryant. Just like I don't think you quite have Kobe Bryant without Jordan. In a sense, like
good point.
There's levels to it. It you know.
Mill said it, yeah.
But one thing I can't stand, and me and Beto have argued about this plenty of times, is when people bring up people in our age. We're like maybe 4 or 5 years older than you, but people in our like era that bring up Jordan to the debate. Like, bro, you didn't watch him play. You didn't get to feel his seasons out, his highs, his lows, everything. You know what I mean? But Kobe, that's our GOAT.
I can back it up now watching The Last Dance.
See, and that's what I mean. You can't use that as your reference. Like, I don't know, bro.
You see The Last Dance?
That's like saying apples is better than oranges, but you only heard somebody talk about apples being good. You never, you know what I mean? You never tried an apple before. I don't know if that makes sense. I might be getting too deep into it, but I don't know.
I think there's a generational go. You can't say Jordan's not like you can't. And then now the argument is like, oh, LeBron's better than Jordan. It's like, well, dude, like the era is like everything's just different. Like I think there's gonna be that group of people who are like Jordan's a GOAT. There's gonna be that group of people who's like Kobe's a GOAT, and there's always gonna be that group of people that say LeBron's a GOAT. And I don't think any one of them are wrong necessarily.
Good political answer. I love it.
Go Kyle Grissom. So who would you say is the next generational GOAT then? Once LeBron's out, because I guess you could put KD in the mix for the LeBron era a little bit, but once those guys are out, who do you see the next guy coming up that could be that?
My guy. I'll tell you guys after yours, Kyle.
I don't know, Giannis?
No. I'm going with Luka. Luka is the fucking truth. I said that
all right.
Beginning. Atlanta once again fucked up. The Braves. Who else? The Falcons and the Hawks. They're trash, bro.
Yeah, Luka's only like 20 or 20. I think he's 20, bro.
He's nasty.
All right.
He has that it factor too.
That's damn true. He's got that. He does have like that next gear. He does have. You know what? I can't knock that. I
D-Book?
Who you rocking with?
D-Book's nice. D-Book is nice as hell. He's got his game on and off the court, so he out here. He's fresh. Hey, I'm a Booker fan. I don't know if I can pinpoint the next like GOAT though, or the next coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Too early?
I think.
At least get one guy. At least rock one for a little bit. Who you got, Willie?
I say I mean Giannis is the easy answer, but the guy's I think he's only 25 too. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking young, bro. These guys are young and been in the league for a cool minute already. Like they're gonna continue to develop. They're gonna continue to grow. If Giannis can shoot fucking 40% for 3 one day, 38 to 40% for 3 one day, are you kidding me? What the hell are you gonna do about that?
I think maybe not necessarily like I know he's not younger generation, but I think someone who definitely probably gets like overlooked a lot is Steph.
Yeah.
I think what he did in Golden State, or like just his like he's lethal. He could shoot from literally anywhere on the court. You know his buckets.
Oh, he evolutionized the game.
Yeah.
He changed it up.
Damn straight,
right.
You damn straight. I don't think he necessarily gets enough respect or enough credit where it's due. And especially one thing that gets me is he has stayed put. He had Golden State through and through. Like he hasn't left. He hasn't had to chase nothing. Like he's made it work through his franchise with him staying put. And that's one thing I think that's big in my opinion.
And another one I feel doesn't get his credit just because of his move was KD, bro. He's one of my favorite players. I think you throw him in any era, he'll dominate. And just to his length, his versatility, his where he could pull up from anywhere. He's an unguardable player. You know what I mean? That's somebody that kind of gets overlooked that people kind of take for granted too. And it sucks to not have him in the league, bro. I fucking love watching him play.
They love to hate KD. They love to hate KD.
For real.
But I mean, like when you watch him play, it's like, well.
And I think that's why it was so hard when he went to Golden State, just because you're so fucking good, bro. You can lead it. You could lead a franchise if you want to. You've done it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for him to make that move, I'm interested to see how he's gonna do in Brooklyn.
I don't hate on him for the GS move. I think now, kind of like, in order to be competitive in terms of like, you know, legacy talk, you have to have like rings, which is like kind of, you know, tough. So I don't hate on him for the move. And like I said, KD is not nice. I mean, but he's crazy. He's damn good. He's unstoppable. That's for damn sure.
And then Dame Dollar too. I think we forget about Dame Dollar, even though he's not really in that young age. I think he's like 29 now. But fuck, man, that boy,
he's nice.
He's dirty.
So let's talk about a starting five. Who do you got?
All time.
One, I haven't decided, but it's either got to be Magic or Steph for me.
Okay.
2, one and only Kobe Bryant.
The Bean. Okay.
The Bean. 3, if you want to go old school, you got Dr. J.
Ooh, okay.
Scotty's up there.
You know about that youngin?
Hey, I do my homework. I do my homework. Nah.
Okay.
Scotty pretty nice too, but I mean, you could probably put KD at 3.
I'm saying, yeah, definitely.
You gotta put KD at 3.
Yeah, no, bro. We can put Braun at 4, but you can put Braun fucking anywhere. Shit.
Yeah, that's what. I gotta go. See, now I'm gonna leave people out. Fuck.
Yeah.
My fault.
It gets tough, bro. It just depends what style you want to go with. You know what I mean?
4, you want to score.
Back 4, I'll probably do Tim Duncan.
Okay.
I didn't like him at the time because that's when the Spurs and the Lakers were just
Hate him.
Hey, I was like, I can't stand him. But like retrospect, I'm like, you know, he was damn good. He was nice. He was nice. So I might put TD. I might put TD at 4, and then Shaq.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Got to.
you can't. You can't. That one. I forget who, but that jam he had where he just banged it on someone's forehead and then shoved them out the way.
Got all the way.
I think that's more disrespectful than the AI Ty Lue step over.
Facts, bro.
I'll take, but I probably would have had to retire if I was that man.
So you're a big ping pong guy. How the fuck you get so nice at ping pong? I played against you, I think, one time in my life.
Yeah,
never again. But how'd you get so fucking nice, bro?
You know, I gotta give credit to my homie Bilo, Brandon Lozano. He was the first person that in my friend group that had a ping pong table. I remember it was actually me, him, and Soto Mario. We were chilling at Bilo's house.
Shout out Soto.
Yeah. we were chilling at Bilo's house. And Bilo and his dad, like they had got the table maybe a few weeks back, so like they were like that was basically like that's what we were doing now. It's like, oh, so we got a ping pong table, so we out here. So I remember being in the backyard like one Sunday. I think from by the time we woke up, probably like 9, 10 till like 7 or 8 till the sun went down. We were literally on our feet playing ping pong, just like winter stays on, like just playing for hours. And that was straight up. That was what set it off. And then I think, back at Bilo's probably every other weekend, every Friday.
Or what?
A few like months later, I think I got a table for like my birthday or Christmas. So then and then one of our other friends had a table too. So now we got sites. So now it's like,
spot. Game 1 at my crib, game 2 at
yeah. It's like, well, where are we playing? Like, what's good, you know? So and then obviously iron sharpens iron. I'll still hand it to Bilo or Soto any day, but you know, that's definitely how the ping pong started. And now it's just like, I mean, I still got the ping pong table at home. It doesn't get used as much as it used to or as much as it should, but I still got it. So
and anybody can get that work when they're ready, huh?
Just let me know. Let me know.
Another guy, bro, that's just dripped out all the time. Your fashion, A1 for sure, bro. Where'd you get your love for fashion and sneakers?
I would say definitely like early age. So what I think when I would come home after like grade school, I'd flick on that 106 in Park.
Yes, sir.
With Terrence and Roxy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Terrence always. I like that you mentioned that. Terrence is always dripped out, bro.
Yeah, but he was fresh and Roxy was fine as hell. But I remember it was the music. It was the music videos. Like it was the music videos. Like we got Fabulous out here in this big ass jersey, like just crazy shit. I'm just, not only is this song hot, but this video's crazy. Like, and they like, I just kind of pulled from that, and I think that's kind of what started like probably like getting into like fits or like looking fresh. Of course, like watching basketball and stuff at a young age. Of course, like Jordans and stuff. So I think that kind of is where like the shoes in particular came in, and of course like hip hop culture. Sports culture, like they all kind of like intertwine in a sense. So then you got like, fresh is fresh. So it's kind of on all platforms. I think that's probably where it first kicked off for me. I think that's probably where it first kicked off for me.
Now, as far as your sneaker collection, you have any grails?
Like my definition or like
your definition, of course. I don't think there's, for sure, your definition.
I do got Sean Wotherspoons. I think those are
definitely grails for sure.
I think those are gonna be a grail, but I think what I take like most pride, I think what I take most pride in are probably like just like my OG retros, like Chicago ones, Bread ones. My all time favorite shoe because it was the first one I got, like my first retro was the Playoff 8.
Okay, yeah.
I hardly ever wear those now because that suede is just too butter, and I'm petrified. I'm petrified to ever mess those up. So I think that's definitely what kicked it off for me. And then I got some True Blue 3s. Actually, really, I think I forget what grade I was, but in high school, I remember you were getting rid of some Concords.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh damn. I was like, I don't even hardly know this man. I don't even hardly know him yet, but I got to reach out because I need me a pair of those.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. No, I bet. Yeah, you had some sneakers too. So I remember I was like, oh shit, like you just gotta. I don't know. See, it's something about the shoes, man.
Yeah, there wasn't many people doing that back then either. So
yeah, it was very novice.
I totally forgot about that, bro. Yeah, but mine for sure the True Blues. True Blues, I just go crazy, bro. They're a beautiful sneaker.
Any 3 really is just.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can't necessarily do like new stuff or like. Yeah. I dislike the Jordan brand's been kind of like they've been altering Jordan, like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring it back, but we're gonna make it like
brighten up the color a little bit, or it just doesn't have the same feel to it. I know exactly what you mean.
It's like you're killing me here. I don't want that. Like I just don't want that. That's
like I think they re-retroed the Carmines, and they were not the same. Like
I know Carmine's coming out. I got the ones I think I forget what year that was.
They're coming out again.
Yeah, they're coming out soon. But
okay.
That's what I'm like. Yeah, there's been like a handful of stuff like they'll tweak just a little bit. Like they re-released the cord, and the patent leather on this one was like just a little bit. It's just sat a little bit higher than on like 2010s, and I'm like, come on, and
those little things, bro. Those little things.
The details that drive me crazy.
What's the one shoe you want to add to your collection?
88. What do you say?
Shaqs? The old 4 Shaqs?
Hey, absolutely. Hey, I support it. I support Shaq. No, but I think what I got to add is the white cement with the Nike Air on the back, the 88s. That has been eluding me for a while now, but I need those. I need those.
Definitely. So what's next for Kyle Grissom, bro? What you got going on?
I have been asking myself that same question.
Any dreams, any aspirations? You want to just let the people know, bro? You're way too creative. You're way too fucking talented to just be not somebody, dog. You need to reach out for your dreams.
You're right. I think I kind of want to somehow make my way probably in the entertainment industry. Maybe like TV show. I might want to. I probably kind of want to write maybe a script. That's one thing I think I definitely want to do. But I also, having graduated from SC, but having a degree in political economy, I do definitely probably want to dive back into politics to some extent, because I think the way we're sitting right now, like we ain't gonna make it much longer. This, just to be quite frank, I think the world is extremely divided. I think we need something else. We need kind of new people in charge. I think we just need to relook at how we're doing things. So I want to see maybe try my hand at that.
You live in the city of dreams, bro. You got so many opportunities, you never know. You might run into one person that might change your life, especially living in LA.
That's a fact.
Do you want to help grow swimming in our community at all?
Back in the Ville, most definitely. I think, say, big picture, after make some bands, of course, I kind of want to bring something back to Porterville in particular. I would say think of it as like a sports complex, but just remastered. So of course having, like football field, baseball field, hell, whatever the hell else we need, basketball courts, whatever, like a compound. But also kind of having both a weight room and some classrooms. Think of it as almost like a, maybe even not quite an after school program type thing, but something
that's
where
what we need though.
Yeah, something where people, like say you got your athletic aspirations, but you might not have the resources, or you might not know how to get to the next step. Like I know a lot of kids like, oh, well, how'd you get recruited? And it's like, oh, you have to do this, but like first and foremost, you got to get your ass in the NC2A clearinghouse. Otherwise colleges simply won't even reach out to you, and some kids probably don't even know that.
Right.
And that's like such a big hurdle straight off the bat. And it's like, well, how can we fix that? How can we kind of change that? So I almost want to think of like an athletic safe haven to where whatever your craft is, you come here, like we're going to have the weights set up, et cetera. So you're going to get like much stronger, much more dialed into whatever it is like you're focusing on. And we're also going to have like some classrooms here because we know that you got to have the grades right in order to go to the next level. Like you got to be able to have, you got to be well-rounded. You can't just have all the talent in the world and not really have like the grades or the motive to back it up. And I think one thing that just plagues the Central Valley is we have an immense amount of talent, but just not like
facts.
We just need it a little more dialed in. I think just a little more resources, and I think we'll start to see people coming out of like homegrown out of the Central Valley just doing like are going to be the next LeBron or the next play for the Dodgers, the Yankees, wherever the hell else. Like we're going to have those next like those studs.
But that's what we're always talking about. Like just in Lindsay down the street, we have the McDermott. Like what it has it done for the youth, right? Yes. Obviously the sport complex, but we need more resources like you talked about, and we need people like you to put that in motion because nobody else is going to do it, so we need to do it. And that's why a big reason why we created this podcast, it's letting people let people know how we feel, but we want to hear how you feel too, you know what I mean? So there's different opinions, different perspectives, and it's great dialogue. But it comes boiled down to people putting shit in motion, you know what I mean? And it's like,
100%.
Let's get it done because we didn't have it and you understood of how difficult it was for you. So let's make the next generation, let's be a resource for them, you know what I mean?
And one person that we had on the show, shout out Jake McBuckets, that's the one person when we first were doing this podcast, like, yo, we need to bring somebody in that, is trying to help the youth, bring them up, train them. Because I remember me growing up from basketball, the only thing I saw was, Lakers. But obviously I can't shoot a fucking fadeaway like Kobe. I don't know how footwork worked. I don't know how, to look at defenses, body, all those things, you know what I mean? So those things are important, especially to learn from a young age. So shout out to Jake one time for actually doing that. And we need more people like him that, can be uplifting and helping our youth. And a center like that would be fucking huge, bro. Absolutely.
100%. And I think, or kind of like what Beto said, like it's just, it doesn't take too much, but it's just kind of someone like maybe the football thing, for example, like I was harping on my mom. I was like, yo, let me play tackle football. And she's like, no. Like, and she would tell me, she was like, no, like you can either break your neck, you can hurt your shoulder, hurt your knees, like, and that's gonna fuck you up for the rest of your life. And at the time, I was like, nah, mom, like I'll be fine. And now I tell her, I was like, you know what, like I thank you for kind of like looking after and taking care of my body, because like I think a lot of times like kids now are they maybe like throw caution to the wind, but they really kind of need to like, yo, like something that affects you at a young age could really, really mess you up, like even down the road, or create problems like later. So if you kind of have like that coach who can, you're not coming into whatever gym you're going to and trying to back squat 500 pounds and, hurting yourself. You're like, all right, we're going to dial it back. We're going to work on your technique. Like we're going to make sure like we're setting you up like from the ground up to be successful.
All right, here we go. We have what's happening questions on the That's How You Feel podcast. You ready? So it's either this one or that one.
Okay. Well, all right. What's up?
All right. Nike or Adidas?
Checks over stripes.
Yeah.
Easy call. Kanye or Drake?
That one's all right. This, if you're just checking the discography, it's got to be Kanye.
That's how you
I
feel?
like it.
I love Drake though. Don't get me wrong.
You gave two references to Aubrey Graham.
It's
and you're gonna pick Kanye?
It's one of those Kobe, MJ things, bro. There wouldn't be no Kobe without MJ. There wouldn't be no Drake without Kanye. I'm trying to say, bro, in a way.
Like it's all like
Yeah, I respect
I'm
it.
so mad.
yeah,
they got
definitely.
beef.
Yeah. All right. I think he kind of mentioned this one. Kobe or LeBron?
Go.
All right. Go ahead. We'll ask him the next one.
Wear a UCLA jersey for a week or go without a cut for a year.
Yeah, well, look at me right now. I'm pushing that.
You're chilling. You're chilling.
Hey,
You're wolfing right now.
Hey, I'm gonna say something though. You do got a blue polo though. It kind of looks Bruinish, brother.
Hey, I got off work not too long ago, so I had to. I had to wear the polo. But nah, I think I'll for sure go no haircut for a year. I ain't rocking no UCLA garbage. Nah, never.
Give up swimming or ping pong?
I can't give up my first love, so ping pong's got to go.
Old Faithful, huh?
I'm
Go ahead,
faithful.
we'll ask him the next one.
Roscoe's or Fat Sal's?
Roscoe's, come on,
Easy.
Easy call?
easy for sure.
What's a hidden spot in LA that's fire?
Hidden?
Or not even hidden, just a spot you fuck with heavy in LA to munch down one time.
I'm big on hot chicken. I'm big on like Nashville or Tennessee hot chicken. So there's this main chick. There's this main chick hot chicken over by Santa Monica. Pretty damn good. I usually tear that up every so often.
Yeah.
So y'all gotta check that main chick.
There you go. Rock Walmart clothes for a year or wear Shaqs for a year?
If I wear Walmart clothes, can I rock my own shoes?
That's a good question. It's all Walmart. You rock kicks there too.
Walmart.
So if I rock Shaqs for a year, can I rock my own clothes?
Yes.
But I can't. Yes.
And I know Shaq's colorways are limited too, bro. You know, the white, black, probably all black.
I can't. Oh, wait, run it back to me. What are my options?
Rock Walmart clothes for a year or wear Shaq's for a year. So Walmart clothes, that's t-shirt, jeans, jacket, all that, shoes, socks. Or wear Shaq's. You could rock wherever you want on top, don't matter. But you got to rock Shaq's with it. Those Shaq's hit different, bro.
Why? I would rock the Shaqs.
You at Walmart?
I think I gotta go with. Unfortunately, I probably gotta go with rocking the Shaqs for a year, so that way I guess like I can dress myself
right?
From the ankle up. But I mean, I can't quite see myself getting fresh with some big old.
I mean the baggy jeans are coming back too, so you can kind of cover up the Shaqs if you wanted to, I guess.
I would have to get like some big boot cut, like big boot.
Go ahead, let's go to the last one.
So last one, would you rather swim with sharks or rock 6ix9ine's merch in Chicago for a day?
More or less same thing. More or less same thing. I'll probably go swim with sharks. Fuck it. I think I like my chances with the sharks, honestly.
You're a good swimmer,
Facts,
so you
bro.
like your chances.
All right, Kyle. Well, thank you for joining the show, bro. It was a dope show, man. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. How was your first time? You loved it or what?
No, yeah, hell yeah. Like this was cool. Initially I was like I said, I was in the car over here. I was like, all right, I know what I'm gonna say. And then like first question, I was like, fuck, like I'm fucking it up. And then once we started,
you're good, dude.
Once we started like conversing more, I was like, oh, like we just shooting shit. So it was
Yeah,
cool.
bro. That's all it is. That's all it is.
It's tight. I'm definitely gonna have to tune into this podcast. I know I'm beat in terms of listening, but I'm definitely gonna be on that.
Yes, sir, bro. Appreciate it, man. Hey, want to plug the people into your Instagram one time? Where can people follow you at?
Oh yeah, Kyle Grissom. Same thing on Twitter. Kyle Grissom with 2 S's. It's basically the first 4 letters of each of my names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hit me up. Hopefully, get some more content. I'm obviously following. That's how you feel. So
yes, sir. You know it's all love from this side, bro. Always.
Appreciate you, brother.
hell yeah. I need one of them shirts though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got you.
XL.
We got
Not a
you.
large.
XL. I know. I hit you with the large. You're like, hey, bro, come on now. Don't play me like that. You know, like a little long. I got you, bro. We got you.
For sure.
But make sure you guys go follow our Instagram at That's How You Feel. That's THTS How You Feel for all the fire content. We're telling y'all. Up to date news and music and sports.
Funny videos. Stop playing with it.
Upcoming guests on the show and much, much more. Hey, yo, Don B, did we hit up with another one or what?
Yo, we hit another one.
Yes, sir.